So let's not combat the problem. Let's not try to fix the problem. Let's just try to make it a little bit easier for people. That's all I'm seeing. This is what I see. I see a lot. We had some things come out of the White House over the past few days, talking about a 50-year mortgage. We're going to talk about then talking about a $2,000 stimulus check, and then we'll talk about the government shutdown to end the video. So it's not going to be too long, but I saw it, and I've been quiet for a long time. I haven't been making content on the Wealth Rant channel for a while. I haven't been going down my rants because when I rant, I go hard. I don't want to go too hard. I want to keep it cool and keep it concise and make sure I bring my point across. But this is crazy. So I figured I had to come back to the internet and try to get my perspective, and hopefully I can help some people because we've been calling it. We've been calling everything that's been happening over the past 2 or 3 years. We called it out on the internet. I have receipts for everything. Not to pat myself on the back, but the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. So we're just coming back to help people hopefully use critical thinking, use the analytical skills that they may possess, and hopefully just untether yourself from all this nonsense, man. All this stuff is really nonsense, bro. It's really nonsense, and hopefully people's eyes are being open after the last few years. And I'm not political. This is not political. I don't care who's in office, to be completely honest with you, because I think the path is inevitable no matter what. How we get there is just a little bit different depending on who's in. So first and foremost, I want to talk about this 50-year mortgage that Trump just announced, saying that this may be coming down the pipeline. So this is coming off the bat of, I'm on MSNBC. This is coming off the bat of the average first time home buyer right now is 40 years old. Like, that's crazy. 40 years old for first time home buyers is nuts. I think it probably used to be like late 20s, early 30s for sure, but everything is so unaffordable rather, and prices or paychecks are not keeping up with the rate of inflation. So instead of trying to combat the inflation problem, let's just let's just make a 50-year mortgage. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing from 30 to 50? So the average person, like, oh, a 30-year mortgage. I mean, a 50-year mortgage. Now, I can, maybe the home, it'll be more affordable, or maybe, the prices or the payments per month will be cheaper, which is yeah. But now what? What are we thinking about? The interest. Like, come on. How much interest another 20 years would be? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. So my whole point of this is they're not even trying to fix the problem. They're not trying to fix the inflation problem. The problem would be maybe try to fix the national debt, try to keep wages up with the rate of inflation, or even try to bring down inflation. Like, they can't do it. They can't do it. It's a house of cards. It's a Ponzi scheme that we've been talking about. Everybody was calling me a crazy conspiracy theorist over the past like 2-3 years. Now they're like, dang, he was right. Dang, he was right. So now, like I said, instead of them trying to combat the problem, get to the root cause of the problem, they're just going to exacerbate the problem and try to stretch it out to help, quotation marks, help people, become homeowners and lower some of these payments for these mortgages and things like that. So this is, come on now. We don't, I'm not stupid. I don't know if this is, I have to dive deeper, do some more math, but from first glimpse, and when I just first think about it, if you have a percentage of interest that you're paying over 30 years and you just add another 20 years to it, like, how much are you actually paying for that house? That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So that's just something that the whole point of this video was just talking about. They're not even trying to fix the problem. They're just trying to make it seem like they're trying to come and help. They create the problem and then they try to fix the problem, but they want praise for the problem that they created when they try to fix it. Like, come on, man. I don't even know what's going on. So next on the list is this $2,000 Stimmy check. So this is another thing that just came out. I think this might have came out today or yesterday. So it says a $2,000 stimulus check is coming. President Trump vows payouts thanks to tariffs. So this would just be something where we've been collecting tariff payments, and it's going to be like a dividend check to certain Americans who make below a certain threshold. So I haven't seen how much the most Americans would get. I mean, how much you would have to make in order to, or not make in order to get this $2,000 stimulus check. But it's framing it as a reward for what he described as the nation's economic strength under his leadership. Okay, that's how you feel, Trump. In a post on his Truth social media platform, Trump said the payments will go to all Americans except those with a high incomes. So he offered no details of how the funds will be distributed or when the plan would take effect. So this is just something I'm stepping back. I'm using my critical mind. I'm thinking like, okay, what happened once we got Americans got free money last time? 2020, we got Stimmy. 2021, early 2021, I think we got Stimmy again. What happened a couple years down the line? Inflation went nuts. Assets went crazy. Like, but the people in the know, the people who had assets, the people who were privy to, what's really happening, they benefited from it. They benefited from it. And at the beginning, it seemed like the I hate to say poor and middle class or whatever. I hate to use those terms, but the people who not rich, we benefited from it for a minute too. I took all my stimulus money and put it into crypto and started investing. That changed my life. Most people didn't do that. Most people were buying and buying and buying and buying. And then, that just put up, then we couldn't keep up with. Well, it was also because, we had a lot of shutdowns and things. So it was also a matter of supply and demand. But you put $2,000 in most people's hands, the people who are not financially savvy, or some people need it, let's just get that established. That will help out a lot of people. But most people, no, I won't say most people, some people who get this $2,000, they're going to splurge on it. They're going to splurge on it. And then this $2,000 coming from dividends from tariffs, like I don't even think the amount of money we got from tariffs will equate to how much this stimulus check will be altogether. Counting every American that will get this $2,000. I don't think it will even it would even cover it. I don't think we even made enough in tariff revenue to even cover it. And I think the Supreme Court is like trying to ban tariffs, saying it's illegal or something like that. So what if these come out and then they talk about well, it was illegal, so we're not gonna give the $2,000 back, so they're gonna have to print money to pay the Federal Reserve. I mean, pay the who knows what's gonna happen. It's just crazy. Like we've seen this book before. We've read this book before. More stimmies is going to be inflationary. Probably. I'm no economist. I'm just a dude from Detroit who did his homework. I always say that. But we keep making the same promises. We keep making the same problems, and we're going to keep having the same results. And the wealth gap is going to continue to widen. We keep talking about that as well because most people are not financially savvy. Most people are not financially educated, which is not a knock. We just don't know. I wasn't financially educated too for like the first 30 years of my life. We wasn't taught that. I was taught sports and entertainment, things like that. So I'm just trying to come and try to open people's eyes. I don't like to give spoon feed people and tell them exactly what to do because everybody's situation is different. I just want people to know that, there are certain different avenues in life in order to get ahead. So yeah, that's better term, get ahead. So we're trying to all get ahead. I know it's hard out there. And they're trying to act like they're coming to help. They're not helping. Trust me, they're not helping, man. Anytime the government wants to help the people, you have to be very weary of, what's going on. Trying to, I'm not going to get political. Matter of fact, I'm not going to get political. So we'll continue to watch that. These are just things that have been brought up on social media, have been brought up in like press conferences and things like that. So it's not set in stone. So we'll continue to watch it. I'm just giving my point of view, my perspective. And lastly, we got the government shutdown. Where is it at? Government shutdown still going on. Let's refresh this to see if anything has happened. So I'm on, this is CBS News. We got live updates. The government shutdown is still going on. It's very bad. I know people who work in the government who haven't got paid in a month. We see that flights are being delayed. People about SNAP, like, I don't think it's funny to be talking about people who need SNAP, things like that. Because some people, like, it's a combination. Like, some people are on SNAP that probably don't need to be on SNAP. But there are some people who work and they're still on SNAP. They're working hard. They're working very hard. And they still need SNAP benefits. And that's not their fault. Maybe, I mean, we can try to level up. We can try to make more money. We can have 2-3 jobs. But at some point, it's like, okay, we need something else to be done. Like, and the rate of inflation, how the cost of living has went up so much. That's not our fault. So I have very, very, um, I'm empathetic when it comes to that, and I hope this can be resolved soon so people can eat. A lot of people eat off of this. A lot of people are gonna suffer if this doesn't happen. I hate that the left and the right, whatever you want to call them, they like little kids fighting. Like, oh, we're not gonna do this if you don't do this, and like, but they still getting paid. They still get paid, and then everybody else is just gonna suffer. Like we're pawns in their chess game. We're just pawns in their chess game. We just get knocked off the board. Nobody even cares, man. So just I'm trying to tell people this is my rant. This is what I come do. I look at a story. I look at a post, anything like that, and I talk about it and I give my opinion. And I think these last few years have shown people that you cannot, number one, trust the government wholeheartedly. Let's say that, and you gotta be able to. You, nobody coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you, man. That's really what it all boils down to. This government shutdown has shown that nobody is coming to save you. I don't think it's gonna get any better. Going into 2026, going into the next 4 or 5 years. So this is why I try to come. I'm gonna try to come preach. I'm gonna do what I can. I have this channel where we talk about certain things. Then I have my investing channel. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. So we're just gonna do all we can. I think as I learn, I teach. That's basically what I've been trying to do. And I kind of step back because I'm like, nobody listening, ain't nobody listening, but it is people listening. It is people listening. So if you're listening, I appreciate you. We talk on Facebook all the time. We talk on X. We talk on Instagram. A lot of people DM me, asking me questions all the time, asking my opinion for things. So I will continue to do my homework, my due diligence. I will continue to rant about it. And like let's keep this conversation going because we will not go quietly into the night. That's basically what they want us to do. And when I see somebody talk about this, and then we're gonna get out of here. They were saying when people are hungry, broke, depressed, and it was a couple other adjectives, they're easily controllable, and fearful, scared. They're easily controllable. Let's not let them control us. This is what they want to do. They want us to they want us to be controlled. They want us to not use critical thinking. They want us to be reliant on them. They create the problem, and then when they come with a solution, they want praise and honor and all this other stuff. We're not doing that. We're not doing this. We got to figure out a way to create our own path, and we got to continue to just hustle. Basically, you got to hustle, man. You got to hustle out here, and you got to do what you got to do, and don't worry about what nobody else thinks. So this is just my this is just my rant for today. I wanted to bring this news, this reaction to some things that came out earlier today out of the White House. So, what do you think? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and we'll continue to talk about this because I'm sure it's going to be an ongoing subject that we're going to continue to talk about, and it's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. So even if the government shutdown stops today and everybody gets back to work and things are back reopened, it's going to be something next week and the week after that and the week after that and the week after that. It's a never ending story, a never ending battle. So we got to be prepared, get our armor, our so to say, and keep it moving, man. So this is the Wealth Rant. I will talk to you in a minute. Peace.